this after this game?
Obviously disappointment. We've lost again on our travels. First half was poor. We didn't get ourselves into the game. Tried to be as positive as I could, away from home again. Try and get that feel-good factor, but we're in sort of a bit of demise away from home at the moment for whatever reason. But obviously rectified it a bit at half time. Put my cards on the table with 3 subs, and we had the right go second half. We had a right go. I think that's the sort of passion and commitment that I want to see from the team, and the fans want to see that. Right in front of them. I think at the end they've applauded the team off at the end. The fans, some of the ones that stayed. But yeah, it was disappointing. And going forward now, I want to see that sort of commitment and passion that I've just spoke about within the team. We tinkered with the shape. Second half, I've always been a big believer of not changing it too much. The team's done well since I've come in here, and I've tried to keep with the same formation to try and keep the good habits going forward, but for some reason it hasn't quite clicked into place, and I felt that tinkering with the formation at half time was the only way of us getting back into the game, and we nearly did.
In terms of at half time, obviously 3-0 down, were you able to put your finger on just how that managed to pan out in the first half?
We had a team meeting. We spoke about how we can affect the game today, how to nullify their threats. We knew Western on the left was a threat. We knew set plays was a threat. So to concede the first 2 goals off them two avenues for them was disappointing, really. Because we'd worked on things. But they're a physical team. They are physical. On throws and set plays, they're always going to cause problems. It's about us being man enough and standing up to them. We didn't in the first half. We didn't stand up to them as much as what I would have liked. They were all 3 silly goals again, I felt. But then straight away it gives us a mountain to climb. Especially the 3rd goal again, right on half time. It sort of takes the wind out your sails. Not just the team and the management team and us and the fans, everyone. Everyone knows we're not stupid. We know that it's going to be hard to get back into the game. But like I said, what I wanted from the players was them to go, have a right go. These fans have come all this way, paid good money. They deserve better than that. We can't just keep going away from home now for whatever reason. We've got a bit of a stigma going again, and we're faltering, and it's hurting everyone. But the way we showed that passion and commitment second half is what we've got to show on a day-to-day basis, and then on a Saturday going forward.
You mentioned the 3 substitutes that you made. You mentioned the second half performance. Stuart Bevan getting on the score sheet pretty early in that half as well. Those substitutes linking up well for the second goal as well, and God knows how many cleared off the line as well. They did have an impact in that second half, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and that's what I wanted. I wanted people on the pitch who can make impacts, and Oswell coming on, Bevan coming on, Young coming on. They provide us with energy. They give us energy. Okay, we had nothing to lose. We were always going to have a go. I think it was good to get the early goal. Give us a bit of momentum. Like I said, we had numerous chances. Jennings had a few. Oswell had a chance to score. I think in that mid-section of the second half, if we get a second, then you never know. The tides was turning. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty, but it was being effective. Going to the 3 at the back, getting balls forward into the front 2, working second balls because we didn't win enough of them first half. And then we started getting momentum. And if on another day we might have got something from the game, but it wasn't to be. And what I've got to look for now is the people who want it in this group. It's as simple as that. I've said many times, I don't want us to dwell on last season. You can feel it. I've said it in the press this week. You can feel it around the place. We need people who are positive, and we need people to get right behind these players now. In my eyes now, we've got a 5-game mini league to secure a place in the playoffs. That's our only aim now. We've got to secure a place in the playoff. I think if we'd have won today, that might have been good enough, but we haven't. So now we've got to use that second half performance, that that energy levels and the commitment that the players showed at times, and take that into the next 5 games.
You mentioned the desire and the positivity. How do you as manager perhaps inject a bit of that into your squad over those 5 games, starting obviously with Braintree next week? Is that something that you're able to completely control in that?
Well, I'll have to control it, because I'm trying, the management team are trying. These players get the best of everything, really. We're trying to look after them to get us over the line this year, but for whatever reason, away from home, it's not quite working. I think going forward we might need to sort of go back to basics, try and get what's got us the success in the first place into the position where we are, and work from there. I think that's important. I don't think we should ever lose track of that. We are in a good position. Okay, we are in a bit of a stumbling block at the moment. But like I say, we've got 5 games now to put it right. I think looking at it, people are looking at automatic, looking at second or third. We have to forget all that. We have to forget that. We can only affect what the next game's going to be, and the next protocol for us is trying to secure a place in the playoffs and then build from there. I think the second half performance will definitely show us in good state going forward.
I've got to ask, before the game, I guess there's quickly as 20 minutes before the game, you weren't sure if you could actually have a game to play today, obviously with what was going on here at Ebbsfleet behind the scenes. Did that affect the coaching staff, the playing staff at all, going into what is a crucial game between 2 playoff chasers?
I'd like to say it didn't affect us, but then we conceded in the first 10 minutes, so it was a strange one, them not coming out to do the warm-up. We were aware of what was going on. It was just, we can't affect what's going on in other people's changing rooms. What's going on here at Ebbsfleet. All we can do is try and affect what we're doing. And I've said that to the players. And I think to start with, we looked a bit vulnerable. We looked a bit lethargic. Maybe it did play a part in it. But one thing was for sure, they didn't look vulnerable. They put the ball in areas that was going to hurt us, and we just didn't quite have enough to deal with that. So if it affected us or not, possibly. Obviously, as a management team, we tried our best not to make it affect the players, but we went about our business the way we do every game. Our warm-up was the same. The team talk, everything in the dressing room was geared towards us starting on a normal day, normal afternoon. The only difference was what Ebbsfleet do, and whether that had a bearing on it, obviously people can judge that. It might have, it might not.
Thank you, Bryan.
Thank you.